What's going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here. You can call me Irish, and today you're going to be watching some highlights from a game of Conquest that I played on Grand Bazaar with Ryan, aka Fear the Moment, who was in my greatest game ever. So, again, the whole messed up audio recording situation, it's from the same night, so I was still using that kind of weird audio recording setup on the X30, so if you can hear his voice in the background, I do apologise, I couldn't edit that out. And because I had to turn his voice down so low, there's also probably not going to be any audible game sound, so I do apologise about that. But with that out the way, it's a good, interesting game. I hope you enjoy it. But onto today's topic. Battlefield 4, we found out yesterday, is going to be getting a testing area, which I find incredible. It's something that was kind of asked for. Like, people liked it. Like I remember in and around the first third of Battlefield 3's lifespan to around the first third to about halfway through the game, people were saying, do you know what, it would be really great if we could get like a test in place, because people that are new to the game, they come in and they don't, especially when it comes to stuff like jets or helicopters or transport, like any kind of transport, especially like vehicles, basically is what I'm saying. New people have a particularly hard time getting to learn how to use those kind of things. And I know DICE, one of the reasons DICE implemented air superiority was for people to be able to learn how to fly jets without having to worry about not contributing to the team, whatever. But I don't know if you've ever played air superiority, but what happens from my experience is 8 or 9 times out of 10 you go into a game and there's already a guy who's beast in there, so you don't even stay in the air long enough to actually learn anything. Or even worse, you'll get like a team of like idiots that like they think like they purposely go into like in packs and they hunt down one guy at a time. There will be 4 or 5 of them, like 4 of them in a squad, chasing out one guy, taking turns to get the final shot in or whatever like that. It's atrocious. It's a great idea, again, as ever. DICE come up with great ideas and great intent and all that. This is what makes me worried about Battlefield 4. All these new stuff that they're putting in, excuse me, I'm not well if you heard me in that last video, sorry. They put in all these great ideas with all these great intents, and like people just take advantage of them and ruin them. But sorry, that was a bit of a tangent. I got thinking about how crappy air superiority is. But anyway, yeah, the reason that they put that in was because, as I said, they wanted people to be able to learn how to fly without feeling like they were wasting the team's jet in Conquest or Rush or whatever like that. So they did answer that in a way, like people's request for a learning facility place, but again, sorry, but they are going like all out now with it in Battlefield 4, and it's something that it's really needed, because like even me to this day, I was literally only kind of getting the hang of jets on the Xbox with the Xbox controller, and that's even relatively easy compared to using the PC or the keyboard and mouse. Like, the fucking thing is impossible. But new people coming in don't even stand a chance. Like, even tanks, I to this day as well, as I've probably said in videos before, I still haven't got my tank sensitivity sorted out. And the way that you do that now, if you were to try and fix it now, or if you're to try and learn how to fly or like whatever now, is to go into an empty server, which isn't, it's a hassle, it's a pain, like, you have to change all your search settings, you have to, uncheck boxes and, like, just fidget up. Like, for me in particular, I've got very certain specific parameters that I look for, when I'm searching for a server, like, particularly when it comes to, like, having to be in Europe and stuff like that, in certain regions, certain server sizes, and certain amount of spaces open and stuff like that. To have to uncheck all those, to have to basically clear that all out just to go into an empty server is kind of annoying. And yes, I could just scroll down until I find an empty one, but that's stress. Just basically what I'm saying is the way that we have to do it now, if we ever want to learn anything or try anything without worrying about getting killed or worrying about wasting a spot on the team, it's just a bit round and about. So to see that they're doing it now is really good to see. One game that has it implemented that I really like, the way they've done it, is Ghost Recon Online, actually. Ghost Recon Online, if you don't know and if you haven't seen, you can just do it freely, or you can go in while you're waiting for the lobby to start, or the match to start, or when you're waiting around, whatever. You can go into the testing chamber thing, whatever it's called. And they have they have like obstacles and all the things that you can learn to control. So they've got something to jump on, they've got something to crouch under, they've got something to take cover behind, and then it's like a circular area. Like it doesn't seem to have any end, but like you can tell that it's clearly in a circle. And they go out from 30 meters, 50 meters, 80 meters, 100 meters, 150, 200, and it goes all the way out to like, I want to say 3, but it could be further than that. Like they have targets. 3 targets on, I think it is, on each little distance, up to about 300 plus meters, I think it is. And I think that's really, really cool. That's a really good way of doing it. How Battlefield is going to do it, I don't know. I'm assuming that it's going to be maybe a firing range or just like a big open field with like targets set up or something like that. I don't know how they're going to implement it, but the fact that they are implementing it alone is amazing. Obviously, it has to be big enough, because if you're going to practice flying jets and stuff, it has to be, obviously, it's probably just going to be like a big map, basically. But like, I don't know. I don't really want to speculate because there's too many options and I'd just be making stuff up. So I don't know. There's going to be, I'm sure, I have faith that they will do it good. But another thing that I wanted to mention was it would be cool for people doing gun reviews and stuff like that to, like, now from what I can see, the way I do it for my random kit generator, if you're testing a specific gun, you go into like TDM or close quarters and you just run around and shoot people. But to be able to go to like actual, and like the way Rival X Factor does it sometimes is he goes onto the aircraft carriers and shoots at the big blank walls on the side of the aircraft carriers. But to be able to have actual targets in there now and have actual distance, so you can tell people in the video, okay, look, I'm shooting at 50 meters here. It takes like 2 or 3 bursts to get the maximum amount of damage or whatever like that. Do you know what kind of way? It's just gonna be really, as well as being a tool for people to learn how to do things, learn how to fly jets, how to control tanks and jeeps and stuff like that. It's also going to be a good way for people to learn how to handle weapons, like learn how to control recoil, learn how many bursts it takes over a certain distance. And it's also going to be helpful for people like myself and the level caps and Rival X Factors that do the kind of gun reviews, breakdowns kind of thing. It's going to be quite helpful for us to just kind of have a set area to just kind of like that the people will be familiar with. Not everyone's going to recognize what the distance is on the top of the aircraft carrier in No Shark Canals, for example. Like, people don't spend that much time just standing on the aircraft carrier, not that I've seen anyway. So to have a kind of universal area for people to learn and practice and get better at the game before having to go into the actual game modes, waste a spot on the team potentially, contribute negatively to the team because they didn't know what they were doing, waste a jet, waste a tank, waste the anti-air vehicle or whatever, helicopter, whatever it may be. Now they finally got some place to go, and I think that's incredible. It's amazing. The more I find out about this game, the more I'm just boggled by the change between Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. How they've been able to fit so much into Battlefield 3. Or into Battlefield 4, sorry, compared to the vast amount that they fit into Battlefield 3 is incredible. So, looking forward to more information. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching the video, and goodbye.